If you're thinking about starting a business, one of the first steps that you'll need to take is forming an LLC or limited liability company. But how long does it take to actually get an LLC? That's what we're talking about in today's video, so stick around to the end because you won't want to miss any of the content we have for you today. How long it takes to get an LLC actually depends on a couple different factors. These factors are where you live, where you file, and whether or not you choose the expedited process. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down everything you need to know about LLC processing times so you can plan ahead and get your business up and running as quick as possible. So I know you might be asking, how long does it take to get my LLC up and running? And the answer, unfortunately, is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Let's take a step back and start with what is a processing time. This is basically just the time that it takes the state to review your LLC application and to enter it in their system. The reason this isn't super straightforward and I can't give you a direct answer is because it varies from state to state. Now, like we said earlier, the three things that do matter are the state in which you form your LLC, whether you form it online or by mail, and whether you choose the expedited option or not. Okay, and just a note about processing time. If you send them in by mail, it doesn't include the time that it takes to get to the state. And then when they approve your application, it doesn't include the time that they send back the documents to you. So let's take an example here and start with a state where you're going to form your LLC. Like we said, different states have different processing times and it can vary widely, but let's take California because that's the state that I am in. In California, it takes about 8 days to get your LLC approved, whether you're filing online or by mail. But for example, in New York, the situation is quite different. If you file online, you might get your LLC approved immediately. However, if you choose to file by mail, it can take a long time. Some people report up to even 8 months long. That's why knowing your state's specific processing time is so important. It can mean the difference between launching your business in a couple days versus a couple months. We have all of the processing times listed here, so be sure to pause the video if you want to take a look at what it is for your specific state. Another major factor that you have to choose is whether you're filing online or by mail. Filing online is going to be faster, and there's several reasons for this. This is obviously the one that we recommend as well. But basically, by filing online, you're skipping the entire mailing process. So all the time that it takes for the state to receive your application and for them to send your application back. And this could be anywhere from a couple days to a couple weeks. But when filing online, your documents are submitted instantly. And in many states, you can actually get immediately approved. And this means you can download your documents the moment they're approved, allowing you to start operating your business right away. So in contrast, when filing by mail, it involves sending your documents to the state, waiting for them to be processed, and then waiting for them to be approved and sent back to you. This obviously adds time on both ends and slows things down a lot, so we really don't recommend this option. Let's dive a little bit deeper into how this timing works. When you file by mail, the process is divided into a couple steps. First is the time that it takes your application to get to the office, and depending on where you're sending them, this can take a couple days to a couple weeks. Then there's the time that they process the application. That varies from state to state, but that can also take a couple weeks. Finally, once your LLC is approved, they're going to send the documents back to you, and that could take a couple weeks as well. As you can see, this can take either a couple days or a couple months, depending on how you file. And if you're in a state that won't approve you immediately online, like maybe New York would, you can also pay for expedited processing in some states. Now, it's an additional fee, but just know that there is the option out there if you need it. For example, Texas and Florida have this option, and you can pay to have your process expedited. So if you're in a hurry, you could have it up a lot faster, but it's important to weigh this with the price. Now, with all these factors to consider, you might also be wondering, is it worth it to hire an LLC formation service? You might be wondering if they can help you speed up the process in filing your LLC because this is what they do every day. But the truth about this is that they cannot make the state work any faster. Whether you're filing online with the state's website or filing online with an LLC formation service, it's going to take the same amount of time. But that's really not the main reason why people choose these services. The main reasons are convenience and peace of mind. Let me explain a little bit. Filing your LLC correctly is crucial. And if there are any mistakes in your paperwork, it can delay the process by a couple days or even a couple weeks. But that's what's so great about these filing services is that they handle all of that for you. They make sure everything is filed correctly and submitted on time. And they also make sure that it meets your specific state's requirements. This can really take off a lot of the stress if you're not familiar with the process, and a lot of the companies make it really easy to get started. They're also very affordable, and the way they make their money is by adding on additional services that you might need, which are actually beneficial and worth the money a lot of the time. So for example, one of our favorite recommendations to help you start your LLC is Northwest Registered Agent. And what's neat about a company like Northwest Registered Agent is when you file your LLC with them, you actually get a free year of registered agent service. Now, registered agent service allows you to keep your personal information off the public domain. So when you file an LLC, you have to give them an address where your company is. And with a registered agent, you can run everything through their address, not your home personal address. This is obviously great for privacy concerns, and you can allow them to handle all of of your documentation and information, and they will forward everything to you via email. When it comes to privacy protection, Northwest Registered Agent really is one of the best in the business. They've been in business over 20 years and they work in all 50 states. They're really a great option when it comes to starting an LLC. Their customer support is also top notch. They answer really any question that you might have, and they're really just a great option with that free registered agent service for a year. Keeping all your information off the public domain is really going to be beneficial. I cannot state that enough. So let's show you exactly how to get started today registering your LLC with Northwest Registered Agent. We actually have a special link down below in the description where you can get started for just $39 today in setting up your LLC. Once you clicked on that link down below, it should bring you to a page that looks similar to this. When you're ready to get started, let's go ahead and just click Get Started. Okay, we're starting our LLC that's already auto-populated here, and then let's just go ahead and choose the state we wish to form our business in. I'm in California, so let's just choose that for now. So you'll see that the standard filing fee is $90 for California, and that is a 10-day processing. So if you want to have it expedited, you can also pay $125 for 8-day, and then for 6-day, it's $165. For now, we're just going to stick with the standard version. And then also you'll see at the bottom here, you'll have a little toggle for the beneficial ownership information form. This is a new requirement starting January 1st, 2024 that basically requires LLCs to disclose a little bit more information about their beneficial owners. So we'll go ahead and leave that checked off here for now, and we'll go to the rest of the process here. So let's go ahead and click Continue. Let's name our business here. And then if we want to send a copy of our legal notices to our attorney, we can do that here as well. So let's go ahead and enter the purpose for our business here. And then the next part is really important here. You want to use our registered agent address for both your physical and mailing address. It's free for 1 year. You might as well use it. A lot of companies charge anywhere from $99 to $400 a year for this service, and you're getting it for free. Once you're finished with that, let's go ahead and click Continue, and we can go to the company management now. Now you can decide whether to be a manager managed or a member managed LLC, but for most of the people watching this video, you're going to be a member managed LLC. Unless you're hiring somebody to manage your LLC for you, you're not going to be a manager managed LLC. If you're just one person, you're definitely a member managed. So just go ahead and enter the member's name, which is your name. And then if you have other members, you can add them here. And then also be sure to use their registered agent address to record with the state. That way your personal information is kept off the public domain like we talked about earlier. You can also add members here, but I'm just a single member LLC, so we'll go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and enter our contact details here. And once we're finished with that, we can go ahead and click Continue, and then go ahead and enter an email address and create a password for your account. Once we've done that, go ahead and click Continue. And then the next thing they offer here is something called Business Identity. Now this is a free year of domain registration, a website that's actually hosted by them but owned by you, an SSL for your website. You can get up to 10 business email addresses and then a business phone number and service. This is free for 90 days, so you might as well try it, but you can also just turn it off. We'll go ahead and leave it off for now and then click Continue. Now here are some additional options that actually might be worth it if you look into them. So let's talk about the first one. The first one is the business domain. That's part of the business identity. We have all those checked off. We already talked about those, but the additional items that we want to talk about are the tax ID and the S corporation election. So a business actually has a social security number, but it's called an EIN. Very similar to you, you have a social security number if you're a citizen of the United States, and your business is going to have its own social security number, and that's just called your EIN number. So for $50, they can file this for you, and we really recommend using a service like this because it's really just going to help you save on the headache down the line. The next thing they can help you do is elect your LLC as an S Corp. They're going to file Form 2553 for you, and this can have some really great tax benefits if you're making over $50,000 a year in annual revenue. Now that's just a benchmark. You really want to consult a professional if you have any questions on that. They also have a premium mail service that you can add and a trademark service as well. So let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to leave the tax ID on, and I'll let them get our EIN number for us. So once we go ahead and continue, we can enter our credit card information in here. And before we click submit, let's go ahead and look over our order. So our basic package is $39, and that gets us a free year of registered agent service and a filing service fee, which is waived. Now just note, whether you go through Northwest Registered Agent or another LLC formation service, or even go online to the state's website that you're applying with, you're going to have to pay this processing fee. So this money goes directly to the state. This doesn't go to Northwest Registered Agent. They don't get any of this $90. And then for them to file our EIN, we included that for another $50. And then just notice here the toggle for the beneficial ownership information form. That's a new requirement starting January 1st, 2024, and it just requires LLC owners to provide more information on their beneficial owners. For only $25, Northwest is going to offer this service for you, so I'm just going to leave it included here. So that's a total of $204 to get everything started. Now remember that $90 of that you had to pay to the state no matter what, and the basic package for Northwest was only $39. So this is a really great deal to have your LLC up and running in a couple days. Once you're ready to submit, go ahead and click done. So that's all we have for you today on how long it takes to get your LLC up and running. We hope you got a lot of value out of this video and understanding the different processes that go into play when filing for an LLC. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. We're going to leave a link to Northwest Registered Agent down below in the description. Be sure to check that out and get our special pricing for $39. Now just note, we do get a small referral fee at no additional cost to you. So thank you so much for using that link. It really helps out the channel. And lastly, this channel is dedicated to helping new and existing business owners understand everything about LLCs. On this channel, we review the best platforms out there to help you set up, manage, and optimize LLC. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and we will see you in the next video.